Dear Mooji ji, in that space of rocking between the self and the mind, I find the busyness of life taking me too often. I feel from that pure place of being. How can I remain more solidly in the self? Susan. In that space of rocking between the self and the mind. What is rocking between the self and the mind? It can't be the self, no? What is rocking between the self and the mind? Something is rocking between this. Say self, mind, self, mind. And what is watching this rocking? What is the definition or the category of that one? Because if you say something is rocking from the self, which means the pure reality, then who's the one who watches? A purer reality? This letter says like this. In that space of rocking between the self, I don't know if they mean by the self the person and the mind, which is pretty much person and mind are the same thing. Person. So if I'm taking it that in that space of rocking between the self is as a capital S, meaning the truth, the truthful being, the righteous being. In that space of rocking between the pure being and the mind, I find the busyness of life taking me too often. So where is this person speaking from? Must also be a mind-made identity also. Cannot be, because apart from the mind and all the derivatives of mind, ego and identity, projection, judgment, all of this, conditioning, the space of rocking between the pure self and the mind, and I put it to you, what would watch the self and the mind? Who is the witness of the self or the mind? Then this one writes, Susan, I find the busyness of life taking me too often. Also, it watches the busyness of life also. What watches even the busyness of life? And the actions of the busyness in the body. What watches this also? What watches everything, but is not captured by anything? Who cares to find this out? Because it's not something that you're going to create or produce. You can only discover. There's a place of perception in front of which everything that you call life plays. Your identity, your past, your history, your memory, your children, your ideas about future, your job, your romances, everything, your emotions pass, thought pass, the world of images pass, sensation, the wind passes, food passes, everything passes in front of something that witnesses all of them. Does this something pass also? If you take anything away from today, I would want to suggest this question I'm asking you. Everything that you perceive comes and goes. Has there been anything that has come and stayed? Meaning everything comes and changes. It's modified, it changed. It cannot stay consistently in your consciousness. Comes and goes, comes and goes. Appears, disappears, come and go, come and go. And it is weakness to come and go. The weakness of the comings and goings of life, does this weakness also come and go? Let's put it another way. Can we, as I speak about it, that which observes everything in what you call your life, can speak about memory and time, your relatives, living and non-living relatives, future, present, actuality, imagination, knows all these things. It knows all these things. And if it is not here, nothing else is here. There is something that is here now, that if it's absent, the whole world becomes absent. There's something that is here, which if it is not here, nothing else is here for it. Let's use an example. In the nighttime, you've had a very exciting day. You've sent so many emails to tell your friends how exciting a day you've had. Okay? But when it comes 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock, you go to sleep. You cannot send any emails in sleep. Because there's no friends. There's no password. There's no belief. There's no age. There's no time. There's no memories. There are no relationships. There's no you, as you would ordinarily imagine yourself. Is it not true that every day, every night we go to bed and you forget everything? Everything. There's not something that you say, okay, this I will not forget. I forget everything. Even God you forget. Can anybody go to bed? Could Jesus Christ go to bed and sleep and remember God? In the deep sleep, everything is gone. Everything that is knowable is not there. And yet, even yourself, who you think you are, with your pride, your love, your courage, all of these things, your sentiment, is not there. And everybody loves to go to that state. Can we have some disagreement? Everybody wants to go into that state where nothing is there at all. Nobody's screaming to go to bed. If you're going to the chemist, I don't think they sell anything to keep you awake. Maybe coffee. But a lot of things to put you to sleep. Because everyone wants to sleep. And you go to sleep, you forget everything. So what is there in sleep that we love so much? Because something must love it. We buy expensive bed to forget everything. Isn't it? Is it merely that sleep passes, but nobody experiences sleep because nothing is there? No story about sleep. Have you read a book on sleep? Nothing is there. Then why is it that we love it? And who loves it? Who loves it?
It's occurred to me sometimes on this subject that maybe, from my perspective, it's more like I just love to be unconscious. Not good, not bad, not in between, not harmonious, not disharmonious, just unconscious.
So something must be there to know unconsciousness.
Because when I wake up, it feels like I'm really rested.
Yes.
And I don't know about the space in between. Unless I keep waking up and there's, stuff running.
I love to be unconscious. Is that a love that you know in hindsight?
Yeah.
Now wake up. Oh, I love being... You cannot say, I love being unconscious. Because there's nothing there to say, I love being unconscious. Unless something is there to know even consciousness and unconsciousness. There's something that is untouched by even consciousness and unconsciousness. And is also here now. It's here now, paying attention to the waking state. It's here now, giving attention to the waking state, and it's aware of the attention and the waking state. Don't think so much about it. Feel it. No? Feel it. Feel the knowledge. Don't think the knowledge. Something here has no nationality, has no parents, has no children, have no belief, has no religion, has no politics, has no gender, has no preference. And it is not dead. It gives life to life. It gives the flavor to love and the taste to memory. Everything emanates out of it. Do we have to imagine? Imagine also is too late. Imagine also it sees. How much further can we go? Are you willing to be so challenged inside your seeing? Is it challenging? Is it challenging? Is it not refreshingly beautiful, spacious, infinite? It's not challenging. Only the ego can be challenged. It's empty of all definitions, unbound, unconquerable. Who are you? Can you have your existence independent of that? Even the so-called you and your existence is only a movement in that, perceived by that, which is only yourself. But we keep thinking ourself is the beggar on the road. So all we do is beg. Some are 5-star beggars, some 1-star beggars. Begging for more experience, begging for a certain kind of experience, begging for enlightenment. If you have been following what I am pointing to, which itself cannot be touched by words, then you should be directly aware of your own being. It will wash your mind silent, leave a space that cannot be understood. The truth cannot be understood, not mentally, only intuitively. You can sense the immensity of something you cannot describe. That is what's called truth. That is what is referred to as holiness, sacredness. This is your only true abode, your only home. But not a home that you can really separate from. You are that. And realizing one's true nature, which is called awakening or enlightenment, is only the discovery, the recognition, and the self-honoring of that. Everything else is passing. Everything else belongs to the theater of consciousness. Everything is coming and going. Here is the place you cannot grow old or young. You are without age or time. Even trying to be there is itself watched from there. Therefore I say, only to know and confirm your true position or place. It's enough if this confirmation occurs inside your heart. That's all. And I'm going to close it on that note. That which can close, we close. But something cannot be closed, cannot even be opened. It's before any ideas. Don't be afraid of yourself. If you follow the egoic mind, psychological mind, we'll become afraid of our own self. Your self is not someplace else. It's not in the sky. It's not under the earth. Yourself is the very core of your own intuitive sense of existence. That is the self. But there's a power, a force inside us that seems to work to prevent us from recognizing this truth. It's part of the game of existence, it seems. That there's a force to keep your attention focused only upon your physical being. So we sleep on into another life and another life. We've been doing it long enough. This is why it says, wake up. Wake up. Very good. Thank you.